Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala Sayyidina wa Nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We are continuing with discussions about the Shamail of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we talked about the hadith that is transmitted by Hind ibn Abi Hala and the reasons for the importance of this hadith and what makes it stand out as well. So we looked at Hind and Ali being the most eloquent after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They grew up in the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they were taught love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by Khadijatul Kubra radhiyallahu anha, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to also look at the reason, one of the reasons why this hadith is important is that when you love someone, you want to know the minutest details about the person that you love. This is a natural inclination of the heart towards the beloved. And we, in being able to glean all these details, for us to be able to get these details about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have to get these characteristics from those who are very intimate with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we know that Hind ibn Abi Hala and Ali ibn Abi Talib grew up in the household of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they observed him, they saw him from a very tender young age, and they saw him until they progressed themselves into adulthood. Right? So they saw him when they were young, and they saw him when they were mature adults. And they, seeing somebody with the eye of children, through the eyes of children, is different from seeing somebody through the eyes of the adults. So for example, our scholars tell us that when the different genders and the different age groups observe something, there is a difference in the perspective that they come out with after this observation. So for example, we find that children and women, when they are, for example, in a setting of a dars, in a setting of some lesson of knowledge, children and women have the knack, the ability to not only listen to what is being said, but to also observe. Images play a very important part on that. So the children and the women will come away looking at perhaps or admiring the turban, the imama of the speaker, the way the person is dressed, whereas men will not be very focused on that. And obviously the lesson that comes out from that particular gathering will be different. They'll have different perspectives about what they've learned from that gathering. And this is not to say that there is a deficiency in one gender or that one gender is superior to the other. It is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we have different perspectives that He has afforded to us. So men will be affected by what is being said, by the content of what has been said. Women and children will be impacted by the charisma of the speaker. So this, when we look at this hadith being narrated by children and then growing up, we have all the different perspectives covered. And so we have Hind ibn Abi Hala and Ali ibn Abi Talib giving us the description of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it is said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had an aura about him. Hayba Shadid. You see, you could not look as far as the adults were concerned, as far as the men were concerned, his companions were concerned, you could not have them look directly at the face of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Many of them actually said that. Amr ibn al-As, when he was the governor in Egypt, and he was asked to describe the Prophet ﷺ, he said, I've spent a lot of time with the Prophet ﷺ, but it was difficult for me to raise up my eyes, to raise up my face and look directly into the face of the Prophet ﷺ. So you have youngsters narrating about the characteristics, about the physical features, physical traits of the Prophet ﷺ. Hind, Ali, Anas ibn Malik, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma. And from women, it was Ma'bad. It is famously known that Ma'bad has given one of the best descriptions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was in the middle of migrating from Makkah to Medina with Sayyidina Abu Bakr. And another thing that we have to look at about the importance of this hadith is that it was narrated by Hassan and Hussein. Inshallah, in the coming episode, we will look at the reason why this has an impact upon what they are about to narrate to us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.